Yeah, greetings, it's John G. Sutton here. Tales from the jails. Yeah, I'm going to talk today about the Scottish Prison Service being prosecuted for corporate manslaughter. Apparently, what happened was an inmate on remand called Alan Marshall was restrained by a group of prison officers, 13 apparently, 13 prison officers restrained this individual and did so in a manner that apparently brought on a cardiac arrest, and he subsequently died as a result of being handled in the manner with which he was handled by the prison officers. Strangely, the Crown granted all the prison officers immunity from prosecution, so that they gave evidence, and the evidence was considered to be somewhat disingenuous. The people concerned, the family of Alan Marshall, believed that the officers lied, perjured themselves, and they have absolute immunity from prosecution, which was granted by the Crown. In other words, the Scottish Prison Service will not prosecute the officers, nor can they be prosecuted because they've been granted immunity. And the family of Alan Marshall are extremely disconcerted by this, and have made numerous requests, and it is now the case that the prison service itself, for the first time never been done before, the Scottish Prison Service is going to be prosecuted for corporate manslaughter. Now, having been involved, there is CCTV footage of this incident, and having been involved in countless numbers of incidents where inmates are physically restrained, I can only say that 13 staff is extreme. I mean, generally speaking, if we had an inmate that really was in need of, to be quietened down, basically. I mean, the idea that prison staff go in there and entertain themselves by assaulting prisoners is, as a general rule, incorrect. That's not usually what happens. Certain jails, such as Strangeways, Wormwood Scrubs, at times, usually after a heavy lunchtime session in the club, you get one or two inmates that suffered at the hands of prison officers who were under the influence. But as a general rule, you're not going to get 13 prison officers conspiring to injure an inmate. They just would not do it. Yeah. Basically, what's happening here is that the inmate has interacted with staff in a seriously negative manner. He's been restrained. Now, I've been to the prison staff training school. I've been to a couple of them, actually. One for the promotion schools, when you go to be principal officer training and all that. They show you all these restraints, and the basic restraint is to restrain the air supply. That's not by strangulation like that. I mean, that's not how you do it. You use your inner arm, yeah, underneath like that, yeah, underneath it like that. That's how you restrain them. It's only just calm them down, you see. I mean, you've got to remember this. I mean, if people say, oh, the brutes, the prison staff, some are. There's no doubt about that. Some are absolutely brutal bastards. But as a general rule, I mean, if you've got 13 staff there might be 2 or 3 that are out their heads, on violence. But basically, you've just got to stop the inmate from injuring other people or even themselves, which they do. Unfortunately, this particular inmate, Alan Marshall, had a heart complaint that was undiagnosed, collapsed on the floor during the incident, and was not resuscitated. The staff did not attempt to revive him, didn't give him CPR, didn't make a sufficient effort to ensure that he got round. They probably just thought of it as a job done. But the Scottish Prison Service is now going to be prosecuted, and that is going to be something to behold, is it not? Right. Thanks for all your nice comments yesterday, and I agree with on another subject. On the subject of Charles Bronson. Yeah, he's not helped himself, has he? I mean, making statements about wrapping a governor up like a Christmas turkey is not. It's kind of a celebration of violence, and he wants to go back into the community. A number of people have said, including his the officer that's responsible for making a report on him, have said that they don't feel he would cope in society. Well, of course there will be certain differences, but we soon get used to that. We soon get accustomed to the changes in society. However, the problem that I personally feel that Charles Bronson would face is that he's such a notorious character that you're going to get some half-baked wannabes who decide that they're going to test their magnificent masculinity against Britain's most notorious inmate and try and square up to Charlie. Because he's playing to the gallery, so he can't be seen to be anything other than Charles the Hitman Bronson. He's the big guy, and next thing you know, he's back in for giving some idiot a spanking. So that's going to be difficult for him. It really would. I think he's got a great sense of humour myself. His artwork is interesting. And he's certainly kicked against the system. But the problem with kicking against the system is that the people that are running the system don't like it. And as they hold the keys to the door, if you don't placate them, and if you don't accept the system, which he has never done, then they won't let you out. I feel it's disgraceful. I'm not going to sing today. That was bad enough yesterday. That's the song dinger though. I'm going to read you a poem. This is a poem by William Blake. I need some light on the subject, so you'll see a little bit of the change in the lighting system here. There we are. This is William Blake, the Tiger. Tiger, tiger burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer? What the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil? What dread grasp dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who make the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? The Tiger by William Blake. Sincerely hope that you've enjoyed today's little tales from the jails. Do put me some comments below, like and all the rest of it, and don't forget folks, my book's on Amazon. Thank you very much.